Yo, what's poppin'? We here with RKT Real Estate in the building. Kayleen Rashidi in the building. Miles on his way and all that other good shit. So today's topic, we talking about how you gotta be solution based. So what's the thoughts with that, man? Let's go in.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like the topic says, solution based. A lot of times, we make emotional decisions in heated situations, and we got to get out of those choices because they can cause a lot of trouble. Meaning that we're always going to run into problems in life. We're always going to run into issues. Instead of whining and crying about it, we need to make solutions.
Right.
Because not being thorough only puts you in a worse scenario. Meaning that, if you have a car and it breaks down, you can whine and talk about, oh, my car broke down, it's old, this, that, the fifth, and the third, going on and on. But if you don't actually come up with a solution, you're not doing anything but making the situation worse and costing you more money. So in that same situation, you got to be solution based. All right, your car broke down. Okay, where's my credit score at? Okay, I'm at a 680. That means I could get a leased car. Let me get a leased car. I don't drive that much to work. My job's only 5 miles away. Let me get a leased car, a better payment, get a newer car, don't have to worry about no maintenance, and problem solve. Versus on the flip side, damn, I'm panicking. My car broke down. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna fix this? Who can I call? I'm calling everybody to borrow money instead of sitting down and thinking about the right solution. Then I'm so frustrated, I just walk into a dealership, buy any car possible. Now I walk out with a $700 car payment because I didn't think it through and I didn't come up with a solution. I just panicked and did what the best I could do in a panic situation without actually thinking about what I needed to do.
Right.
I think what's going on, Miles?
What's going on, guys?
A lot people make decisions a lot of times too quickly. We were discussing this earlier, me and Rashidi, when it comes to fear, because they're scared. They don't know what the outcome is going to be, so they just go ahead and just make an irrational decision,
right,
based off of how they're feeling at the moment, and as a consequence, it's usually not the best thing. As a matter of fact, you should never really make a decision when you're emotional at the moment. Decisions are logic based. Now, there are very few times where you can be excited about something and say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Right.
But for the most part, a lot of people make decisions based off of fear, and they're not. As a consequence, they're not going to have an actual solution. They're probably going to create, like Rashidi said, another problem. I think. First off, the first thing to do is you have to identify what the problem is. Take a second to identify it. And that's why you make that decision right away. Because you got to figure out, okay, what's the problem and how am I going to solve it? And even on a spiritual level, like go with the laws of attraction, if you just thinking about the negative, or if you're just thinking about what the problem is and you're focused on the problem, then as the ripple effect, you're going to get more problems. You're attracting that type of energy, that type of vibe into your life. So you're going to bring more problems into your life. So you're going to bring more problems versus actually finding a solution. And how do we find solutions to?
What happened is we got to find a solution to the problem of Kayleen. His video just cut off. What happened? That's great.
See, the solution is me jumping back in and taking up where he left off. There we go. Solution based. To Kayleen's point, a lot of times we make decisions based out of fear. And the problem of making decisions based out of fear, it doesn't work, because making decisions out of fear is not a real thing. It doesn't exist yet. You know what I mean? And that's why we always got to weigh out our options and weigh out what are the pros, what are the cons. Because at the end of the day, you can't worry about 8 million things that can happen. You can only focus on what is in reality right now. Right. I mean, if example, you buying a house, what if the roof goes? What if the roof goes? You got to be solution based and get financing or whatever you got to do if that roof goes. What if the boiler goes? Well, if the boiler goes, same thing. You know what I mean? You always got to be solution based. If you act out of fear, I don't want to do the whole thing because what if this go wrong? What if that go wrong? It's a lot of what ifs in life. And so the what ifs don't help. And you actually have to create solutions to solve problems and move forward. In life is always about moving forward, always about readjusting. But most people don't readjust and they stay stuck in the same place, which pushes them further back technically when they stand still. When you're standing still, you're not moving forward or going backward. You're stuck in the same spot. And that's a problem where most people actually have.
No, that's real shit. I think, the reason I feel like a lot of times people aren't solution based is because low key, some people like to actually be in the problem a lot of the time. So on a subconscious level, I think sometimes people like to have all these problems because they like to complain, because they identify with the type of person who complains about the shit they're complaining about. You feel what I'm saying? So like if a person might say, man, shit is fucked up, man. I'm always broke, man. I really got no money like that, blah, blah, blah. But the solution to the problem could be, making more money by getting another job or starting a business or whatever they need to do. But instead of being solution based, they want to be the person that just complains about the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times you have people who don't want to be solution based because low key they like to stay in the problem instead of solving the problem.
Do you think the problem is like a comfort zone for some people?
Yeah, that could be it too. I think that could be it too. A lot of times, like it's one of those things where because they're familiar with the problem, it's like, well, I know this, but I don't know what's going to happen if I try to solve it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what else things I might have to deal with. At least I know the shit I got to deal with here. I don't know the other things I got to deal with on the other side of the coin. It's crazy.
Well, yeah. one thing I realized with solution-based things, especially in business, is that the richest people are solution-based. That's
right.
Like anybody who's created a business or an idea. So, for example, like think about like Amazon or Uber, right? These were ideas based off of a problem in the market, and it took someone like Bezos to solve that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because he understood that there's a problem that's there, and he identified it, and he's at some point he solved it, Right. And the thing is, a lot of times too, people, when it comes to being solution based, they want the solution to be solved right away. A lot of times a solution may take a few weeks, a few months, maybe even a year to be solved. But you have the patience and that time to be, to actually wait that long to find that solution. Some people they get frustrated quick and they say, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
Just because it took a certain amount of time for that solution to actually happen. And that can happen in personal relationships too. When you with your girl, and I think as men we're natural like problem solvers. You go think about it.
Right.
Hey, what's wrong? What's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Like you already want to know what the issue is so you can find a solution, because she's coming with the problem.
Right.
So how do I solve that problem? What's the problem? Literally, that's what you got. What's the problem? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that naturally us as men, we are solution based. And I think that as long as we stay in that mindset of wanting to solve a problem, we're always going to grow. Like personally, we're going to personal develop, and it's going to transform into our business too. It's going to help us create better ideas. It's going to help us be more efficient. It's going to help us be more innovative, because we want to be solution based.
Right. Nah, that's real shit. That's real shit. Nah, that's real shit. And like, like you said, like a lot of times, guys will be the problem solvers, because in a lot of cases, sometimes the reason why you want the solution is because the solution breaks the tension of the problem.
Right.
So the thing is that, and this is why sometimes people will stay in the problem, because it's like, okay, even though there's tension within the problem, like you said, it's the comfort zone. I understand this problem, but if I solve the problem, then I break the tension, but then now I might introduce more problems that I'm not aware of. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that they're in the problem already, and they may not necessarily like it. These motherfuckers, what they'll do is that they're like, well, at least I know this problem, but the new problems that might arise, I don't really know anything about. So since I can't even deal with this type of problem, I don't want to solve it and then probably get more problems from what I solve. That's the weird paradox about the whole shit, is because you feel safe in the situation, but then if you solve it, there might be other things that come along that you're not aware of, or that you think will be bigger problems. So you're like, you know what, let me just stay with this problem, because the other problem that might happen as to solving this might be a bigger deal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I think the solution is layered too.
Mm.
So that, it's not just one big solution.
Mm.
A lot of people's problems for just generally, they want to make more money, they want more income, right? But that's they've identified that as the problem. But then what's the solution? So the solution is just not getting another job or finding a side hustle. Now you have to create another schedule to fit that side hustle into. Now you're gonna have to find people or a small team to work with to help you get to that next level with that business. There's different layers to that, to solving that issue, to create more income for yourself. It's not just picking up a second job. Even if you pick up a second job, who's going to watch your kids when you work your second job? So there's so many different layers to when you have a problem. There's so many different layers to that solution, and people are not willing to dissect or identify how to go about that. And I think that's super important. But one thing they can do though is they can go to rktrealestate.com for that solution. If you're having that problem. If you're looking for a home, you're looking to get some coverage, you're looking to fix your credit, we're going to solve that problem for you. So we are always solution-based, at RKT Real Estate and Finance.
That's real shit. So wait, do y'all think that, because like I'm thinking that you just said that. Do you think though the trying to be solution based could also be a problem? Because think about it. You know when they say it's easier said than done? So it's like, okay, well, I want to make more money. Go get another job. Go do this, do that. So yeah, you could say all that, but like you said, who gonna watch my kids when I got the job, or how, where am I finding? So now it's like, okay, you give me the solution, but then the solution is more problems.
Right. In other words, like you're creating another problem.
Exactly right.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely. And then
right.
I guess that's the beauty of and the curse of life, is that life is full of problems. You're gonna find solutions, and then you're gonna have to find more solutions for the problems that come from that solution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a never-ending cycle. And I think that's like I said, the gift of it is you always finding a way. And how ambitious are you? How, like I said, innovative are you to actually find those things out, because they're endless.
Right.
They're endless.
Right. I feel like also looking at it in the sense of solving the problem, even though it may be difficult to solve it, is going to be way better than keeping the problem you have at the moment. So maybe if you see it that way. So somebody said, what's the best way to start credit for a young guy with no credit?
The truth is he answered his own question. Credit. So first is just book a consultation with us, or whatever the case is, but mainly, starting off getting a secure card or a credit card, and building credit. Book an appointment with us so we can go over your finances and see where you're at, and then take it from there.
Okay, so you're saying, so go to rktrealestate.com. Mac Lives Matter. So make sure you go there and hit up Kaylee Rashidi so they can get you right. You feel me? Yeah, man. So make that happen. If you guys have any more questions, put the Q&A and we'll get to your questions and all that other shit. So do y'all think that people are, or I would say most people are equipped to really solving the problem, or they're just going to be in a state of complaining for forever, or just kind of like, just deal with the problem. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be solution oriented. They're just like, fuck it. This is how it's going to be. You think, like, more people are going down, or will go down that path?
Well, what I think is that,
truth be told, Go ahead, King. Go ahead, King.
So what I think is that people they're used to, because they're used to complaining, eventually they'll find a solution. But instead of them finding a solution in a week, it took them 3 months to find that solution.
Right.
Because they spent a month complaining about it. And like I said, it attracted more problems into their life because they just kept complaining versus finding that solution. So then they'll eventually find a solution. Everybody technically wants to solve a problem, but it's just a question of how long would it take you,
right?
Because of the mindset you are, the type of person you are. That's really what it boils down to.
So, what's the solution y'all use for constipation? This nigga is hilarious.
What?
Take
water.
Go with relax. So, he said fiber. Charlie Keefer said fiber. Exactly. There we go. See, look, we're being solution based, guys.
There you go.
You got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. You can't be successful unless you're solution based. Like, it's impossible. Because what happens is that when you're trying to be successful or you're trying to make something happen, you're going to come into, a lot of so-called problems. You feel what I'm saying? That you got to solve in order to get to that next step. You feel what I'm saying? So it says, it said, I tried to go on your website in the past. Can you all dedicate a show to us to show us, as I've tried to find y'all's tour because I'm waiting for the Atlanta joint.
Okay. Who's this?
Black Lives
Matter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we could do that another show. Actually, that's a good idea. We could do that probably maybe the next show or another show. Kind of go through the sites and everything like that and break everything down. I like that, actually.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be cool. So yeah, so you guys, that's dope, man. You guys going on tour and shit, man. That's what I'm talking about. I fucks with it.
Y'all got tour dates on the site?
Not yet, but we have them. It's not on the site yet, though. But we have them.
Yeah, so I guess that's what they're saying, to put the tour dates on the site.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, keep a lookout for that.
We actually building another site right now as we speak, which should be done real soon. With that, it's going to have the tour dates on it. So before this month is over, we'll have the tour dates and the site is all going to be official. We actually had a meeting about that yesterday, so we'll have that taken care of.
Dope. Yeah. So see, there you go. That solution base right there. Where you're talking about, putting the site on, letting people see what's popping with the situation. So I think what it is, what's good about it, is having a sort of like solution based mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I think if when people have that type of mindset, then it's easier to solve problems just in general, because then that's how you sort of go about things. You know what I mean? And so the thing is, and I think too, sometimes what happens is, people, because I know I do this a lot and I need to work on this shit, where is I know I need to do something. I know the solution to do something, but then I'll sort of like fucking, what's the word I'm looking for?
Procrastinate.
To do the right. So I know the solution. I'll do that next week, Friday or some shit, whatever. But I could do it. I could do it today. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, so I think a lot of times too, what happens is that, we know the things that we should do, but then we procrastinate on doing it, even though we know we can do it. But it's that procrastination of solving the actual problem. You see
and we humans, because I'm guilty of that too.
Right.
But what's crazy? I think that the procrastination itself is a huge problem, because by you procrastinating and like I said, all of us, when we procrastinate, what we do is we're allowing more problems to come into our life, because we can't see the future. So when we say, you know what, I'll hold it until next week, that would imply that what's going to happen from now until next week. Right? Because you don't know that. Now, by Friday, something else arose to where now it messed you up. Now you have more problems when you, like you said, you could have solved it that exactly. Right. So I think that's a lot of times, like you said, you'll know the answer, you know what to do, but you know, that, like I said, the answer took a week versus 20 minutes.
Right.
Nah, that's real shit though that you just said, because that's so real, because you know, you think, oh well, I got all the time in the world, blah blah blah, and then all these other things come up, and it's like, shit, now that all these other things came out, I got to push this back, or I don't have time to do this when I could have did it and had it done out the way and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it, you know, it just don't go down that way. It's crazy.
And I forgot, I was watching the video. They were saying, this one guy, he was like, you know, rich people, one of the biggest things that they can't stand is when someone wastes their time. You know, because when you waste someone's time, obviously you can't get that time back, and then it becomes a ripple effect of what's happening in their life. So, like, say, for example, you're supposed to meet up with someone at 8 o'clock tonight.
Right.
You're late. You don't get there till 8:30. The person you were supposed to meet, she had something to do at 10:30 because she thought that she was only going to be with you for an hour, giving her time to get to her next destination.
Right.
The person she was supposed to meet at 10:30, he had somebody to meet at 12.
Right. Exactly.
But now that she's late, now he, you know what I'm saying? And it continues going on and like that. You get what I'm saying? So everybody's world almost low-key is interconnected. And so that's the reason why, like, when it comes to, like, you know, like procrastinating or holding things off, or, you know, not being solution-based and solving something right away or as soon as possible, it can affect so many different lives. And I learned that from working with the team. Because when I have like an idea and I present it to the team, right? And we talk about this, I say, listen, guys, what do you guys think about this? Or what do you guys think about this logo? How does this logo look? And then sometimes, or depending on the situation, they may take, like I said, a day to get back to me on something that really could have took an hour.
Right.
So then when I get the response now the person that I got to go back and
you got graphics.
the graphic designer. Now I have to get back to the graphic designer, and I may not be his only client. So then now he's on hold, or I have to wait now because the time that I took, or the time that the team took to respond, it was way too long. You know what I'm saying? So many different lives are connected, and people don't realize that. That's why it's important to one, be on time. Two, always, even if there's not a problem, always think about somewhat of a solution to anything. Because there's going to be a problem that's going to arise anyway. You could save that solution for later. You never know.
Right. Now, you know, it's interesting that you say that, because usually when I thought about that concept, it was like, well, if you're late, you're fucking up my time, but then I didn't think about the other people's time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real shit though.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, so if a chick come to the date late, you got to be like, bitch, you know, you just probably ruined the whole existence.
You fucked it up for the rest of my roster, bitch.
Exactly right.
You know, it's a good movie. I think, what's it called? Crash, or I think it's Crash. With, what's this guy name? Terrence Howard and I think Ludacris is in it. It's an old movie.
Right. Yeah.
But it's one of those movies where everyone's lives connected,
right,
and affected someone else's, and it kind of like formed and shaped itself to where everybody's storyline kind of connected somehow.
Right.
And that movie is phenomenal because it shows you how life really is. You don't realize whose life you're affecting.
Right.
So you have to do such a good job of making sure that you're personally developed, because you don't know whose life you're affecting, whether it's in a negative or a positive way. So it's a good movie. I recommend people watch that movie.
That's some fire ass game right there, because, you know, listen, man, it's levels to this shit. It's levels to this shit. Because I'll be so damn annoyed when I feel like, well, I'm in a situation where my time's being wasted, because I'm like, fuck. Like, and I was only thinking about it in the sense of, oh, well, you know, I have to do this other thing, but not thinking about the other thing I'm doing that could be affecting somebody else's timeline.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. It's like Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox, and he went off on the alternate 1985, or 1955 when he went back in time, right? And I think that's what happens when when we deter, or we don't realize how we affected other people's lives. It can cause an alternate outcome of what we're trying to do.
That's some real shit. Damn, that's some real shit though. You know what I'm saying? You guys got to watch this series called Dark on Netflix. That's what it's all about, like time travel and how this person did this and it affected that. That shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that joint is fire. But any last things you want to say? Any other things that you think people need to know about? Any events you got coming up?
Yes. We have an event if you're in a tri-state area. If you're in New York, Jersey, or Connecticut, we have our financing fund in CT. That is June 29th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. As usual, prize giveaways, performers, food, drinks, come out, have a good time. And shout out to Mac Lives Matter. We're definitely going to make sure that the tour date is up so that you guys can see the up and coming tour dates that we have coming up, obviously. Go to the website, book consultation, life insurance, credit repair, real estate. We can help you when it comes to your finances. Book that consultation, and yeah, that's it.
That's what's up. Yeah, so guys, make sure you guys go to rktrealestate.com. You feel what I'm saying? So we got one more question. He said, does Kaleem and Rashidi have other platforms other than their website that we can follow to pick up extra game and what's not, whether is financial stuff or not? So I think Mac Lives Matter. He's really about that life. So he wants to
for sure. Yes. I'm gonna make sure that I have my social media handles in the next show. But for now, book the consultation. So when we talk, you'll get all that information as well. So just book that consultation and we'll talk.
Right. That's what's up. All right, people. So that's pretty much it, man. Listen, man, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys go to rktrealestate.com and we holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out. Peace.